And when we search out the feelings and the thoughts of others, we know them so much better, and they know us. If you ask someone what their favorite song is, or their favorite book, or their favorite movie, it tells you something about that person that it may ordinarily take you months to find out about it. For instance, if someone says their favorite movie is Gone with the Wind, then that tells you that that person is grounded in history, that they love the charm and the romance of the past. If someone tells you their favorite movie is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, then that tells you that person probably hasn't seen Gone with the Wind. Yes, ma'am?
Well, we get to sing the choir.
Do we sing in the choir? One of us. So Phil sings in the choir. Harold and I, we don't sing in the choir. I haven't sung a note since we retired except standing in the pew on Sunday morning. Just haven't. When we retired, we said, we retired, we really did. But yeah, Phil still goes to choir practice and still does that. We all serve there as elders, but in different ways. Yes? You mean just this summer? Okay. We were inducted into the country. We were inducted first last year into the Gospel Music Hall of Fame, which was a great honor for us. And then this summer we were inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. And sort of as an impromptu thing, we all four were there that night, and we did sing a song. We sang "I'll Go to My Grave Loving You," sort of as a commemoration to the Hall of Fame induction. We did. It was a very special night for us. And I don't know what it sounded like. Like I said, it's been 6 years since we'd sung anything. Anybody else? Any more hands?
Well,
Yeah.
I'll piggyback on that question.
All right.
Is there on your website ever going to be a video of your production?
There was a video made, but it's not our rights to show it at this point. The Hall of Fame has those rights, and if they want to air it, we'd be glad to, but we'd have to have permission of them, and I don't think they've ever done that before. But if so, if we can get it, it'll be on there where you can see it. Yes, ma'am.
I would say I have your farewell tour video from Salem Civic Center.
Yeah.
And I'd recommend it to everybody. It was a wonderful video.
Everybody listen to this lady. She has a good idea. Yeah, our final concert was just down the road here back in 2002. Huh? Said I asked how many were there. How many are here that was at the concert?
Couldn't get tickets.
Really? I am so sorry. Well, thank you for being there. It was a special night for us, to say the least.
Are you there?
Right now?
But I mean, this is a big change from being on the road. And then I know
That's a fair
writing
question.
and that kind of stuff.
What she said, am I bored since we're
Yeah,
retired?
and also writing. I know you're writing
Yeah.
books, but that's a solitary thing. You were with 3 others all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and busy.
That's right, I was with
Hard adjustment.
3 others all the time. Now I'm enjoying the solitude. We're still the best of friends. We see each other all the time. But no, I'm enjoying the fact of I do write, so that keeps me busy. And as Debbie will probably tell you, I spend way too much time sitting at the computer writing. I have to make myself get out every day and exercise a bit. But I don't like to travel anymore. Coming up here was about as far as I go. I haven't gotten on the plane and done a few little promotional things that come up that I want to do or feel like I should. But as a rule, I don't miss any of the traveling and very little of the singing because the writing has taken up whatever need I have for all of it.
I'm going to tell him something.
Oh my.
I've never done this before. I want to tell you what I personally miss the most about him being on the road. I love having him home. But what I miss the most about him not traveling and singing anymore About 3 or 4 days before they would always go out on the road, he would go to our piano, which is in the living room and never gets touched except at Christmas time when all of our family comes for open house, Christmas open house. But the rest of the year, nobody would ever go in there except for him, right before the tour. And he would always go in and warm up with At the Cross. And you could hear it all over the house. It's his favorite hymn. And I can hear it in my head today. It was so beautiful. He has recorded lots of beautiful songs, but nothing was ever as beautiful as just him sitting at the piano alone and singing that song to the top of the rafters. It was just beautiful. And I miss that. I want him to so much, but he won't even sing for me. Do it. Really put him on the
Yeah. Is he driving you crazy being home all the time? Is he going behind you stirring things, shutting cabinets?
I thought, well, once he retires, he will see what I do. He will see how clean I keep the house and how quickly I iron his shirts as soon as he puts them in the laundry. He has not even still noticed that. I think he kind of takes me for granted a little bit, but that's just a man. But he does not notice the bad stuff, so I certainly can't complain about that. I have to cook a little bit more often than I used to. But other than that, I'll turn it back over to you.
Who was that woman? I just wanted to say good morning to everybody at the Royal Presbyterian. I'm certainly honored to have been asked to come here this morning. I feel like I already know some of you from the Sunday school hour before we met. And as I said there, I am an elder in the same Presbyterian church I was born and baptized in. And I've always tried to be in church wherever I might be on Sunday mornings. And that's not always been easy over the past 40 years because traveling and touring was sometimes difficult. But very often we would fly into a town and then look on Sunday morning, we'd get a rental car and we would go out and try to find a church to go to. And we would do what we call steeplechasing. We just kind of look and find a steeple and drive toward it. And I can remember one particular Sunday morning, it's been many, many years ago, and the town is long forgotten, believe me, I don't know where it was. But we were out looking, and we got lost. And we're in the car, all four of us, and we're in a residential section. And my brother's driving, and all of a sudden he just pulls over the curb and stops. And I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Look across the street." And I look over, and there's this elderly lady coming out of her house, walking across her lawn in her car. And he said, "Where else would a lady in hat and gloves at 9:30 on Sunday morning be going? If not the church?" So we'll just wait till she pulls out and we'll follow in and we'll follow her. And I said, "You can't do that. 4 men following a woman down the road. We'll get arrested if we're stalking." Well, as usual, he didn't listen to me. And this lady led us to a beautiful Presbyterian church. Just as I've been led